What is gravitational potential energy? Well, if an object is located above or below h is equal to 0, the object is said to have gravitational potential energy. Or in other words, GPE is the energy possessed by an object due to its location above or below a reference point. You see, this h is equal to 0 is merely a reference point that we arbitrarily choose. Now, the gravitational potential energy of an object depends on three things. It depends on the mass of the object, the acceleration due to gravity on the particular planet, and h, the distance from the reference point, h is equal to 0. GPE is measured in joules, mass is measured in kilograms, g is measured in meters per second squared, and h is measured in meters. Now keep in mind, on Earth, g has a value of 9.81 meters per second squared. Generally, we say that that is a constant value. So back to our reference point. If we have a rock above h is equal to 0, we say that it has positive GPE. If the rock is below the reference point, then it is at a negative height, so it has a negative GPE. The negative GPE indicates that the object is below h is equal to 0. Now, GPE depends on both the mass and the height. So GPE is directly proportional to the mass, and GPE is directly proportional to the height. So if you double the mass, you double the GPE. If you double the height, you double the GPE. If you double both of them, that would be double times double, or the GPE would go up 4 times. Now here's an example. Let's talk about lowering this object into a hole. Now remember, above the hole we have a positive GPE, and below the hole, or the top of the hole, we have a negative GPE. So GPE at the top is going to be equal to 100 times 9.8 times 5 meters above h is equal to 0. And that'll give us a GPE of 4905 joules, positive because it's above the reference point. And if we determine the GPE at the bottom of the hole, well, it looks like the bottom of the hole is located at negative 10 meters. So we'll take mass times g times h, 100 times 9.8 times negative 10, which would give us negative 9810 joules. And that negative indicates that the object must be located below h is equal to 0.